Welcome to Tyler's Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is March the 17th, 2026. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw because we found out who accepts Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania opponent, and we heard from CM Punk and Roman Reigns because what CM Punk said about Roman Reigns' family and what happened last week with the Usos. Ladies and gentlemen, I tweaked my neck, so if I look like I'm feel weird because my neck hurts some reason. I tweaked it. I bent down and then I tweaked it somehow. And if you guys hear wind in the background, it's because it's so dang windy outside. It's like rumbling my dang windows and it's coming through my door. I don't know why. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, those are the things that you might notice today. I'm still having fun with my 2K26. I'm downloading people. I got a whole bunch of arenas for my old school. We got a whole bunch of old school WWE pay-per-views, and we got some WCW pay-per-views. So yeah, I can't wait to play my Universe mode. I'm just making sure we have a whole bunch of wrestlers, and we have a whole bunch of tag teams to do. So that's what I'm doing. I got a whole list. I'm almost done my first list, and then we got a second list of people that I forgot to put in my list because some people are not even in 2K26 from last year, so I had to put them in this year's and try to figure out how to do their entrance without their theme song not in the game. We got Alina Black in there. We got some Evolve guys in there. We got Vampiro in there, man, for my tag team. I didn't know Great Muta and Vampiro won those tag team titles before in WCW. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in Monday Night Raw, we got most of all these things is at the start or the end of the show. So I guess we get to the start of the show. We got We got Seth Rollins starting the show off, talking about that he created the vision and he could end the division. Ladies and gentlemen, we had all these masked men come in, and then Seth Rollins, I guess that's his new entrance now, with all these masked men, and then he comes in. So he says he created the vision and he could destroy the vision. And then he says he's happy what he did to Paul Heyman. He was so happy that he put the chair in him and he did a stomp on him and all that stuff. But the fans were booing and he didn't understand why because they were cheering last time. But it was Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman came back. He was bruised. He was battered. He was destroyed. And then he had a whole bunch of things to say. And then, ladies and gentlemen, he brought out Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes out and starts destroying all the masked hoodie men. He destroys all of them. Well, not all of them, because he scared a couple of them, and then he destroys a bunch of them. He destroys the ones that's in the ring, and then he had to stare down with Seth Rollins until the lights go out. And here comes Obafemi. Obafemi comes out. He had to stare down with Brock Lesnar. And then Seth Rollins distracted Brock Lesnar and Obafemi with the fall of grace onto Brock Lesnar. Holy crap. Nobody sees Brock Lesnar get lifted like that. And Brock Lesnar put his foot on the chest of the fallen Mr. Brock Lesnar and points to the WrestleMania side because he accepts the WrestleMania match. So, ladies and gentlemen, and they said it's official. It will be Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But, ladies and gentlemen, we were supposed to have an interview with Randy Orton of what he did to Cody Rhodes, but he had a mystery call. And he says he will see this person soon. And then at the end of his interview, he says Cody, wrestling has more than one royal family. So is he talking to his father, Bob Orton? I have no idea. Paul Heyman told Austin Theory and Logan Paul, don't go after Seth Rollins. You guys need to go after the World Tag Team titles against the Usos. But next week, we will have the Usos versus Logan Paul and Austin Theory in a tag team match. But if they win, maybe they get a shot at the tag titles at WrestleMania. We have no idea. But ladies and gentlemen, first match of the evening, Danhausen is cursing everybody. He just cursed Grayson Waller or Kofi Kingston. Which one is it? I have no idea, because Grayson Waller says, it went over my shoulder when Danhausen was trying to curse somebody. He cursed Kofi Kingston. Kofi pulls Grayson Waller in front of him, and then he got cursed. But Grayson Waller said, no, it went over my shoulder, so it hit you. And now those guys are not having fun. They're not being teammates anymore. But Kofi really wants to mentor Javon Evans or Joy the New Day. I have no idea. But something's happening. Well, first match of the evening, we got El Grande Americano versus original El Grande Americano. Once again. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is all because what happened in the AAA Ray Diaz, whatever it's called. I don't know what sorry, but I don't know what it's called. That pay-per-view they had, where El Grande got original El Grande handcuffed to one of the where the audience is because of Bravo and Alpha. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have this match. It was a pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was El Grande Americano because of the metal plate again. Because original wants to worry about one of the henchmen, Bravo, I think. And then Ryo came out. Why did I call him Alpha? Ryo comes in the ring. The referee was distracted. And then Ryo just comes in the ring and puts the metal plate in El Grande's mask. And then original El Grande does try to do a flying headbutt, but he hits the metal. He knocks himself out. El Grande gets the win. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got AJ Lee versus Bayley for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Pretty decent match. But the winner of that match and still the champion was AJ Lee. And then, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Lee got attacked by Becky Lynch. Becky really wants that title back. Will she get it back at WrestleMania? Let's see what Adam Pearce will do. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we had an open challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. We heard that Dominic is injured, but he's still the AAA Mega Championship. We heard that if he lost the title, he will have to leave AAA forever. But if Vikingo lost, Vikingo cannot go for the title while Dominic is still champion. So, Vikingo lost, and he's not allowed to get in the title shot until Dragon Lee loses the title. Well, we had an open challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. JD is arguing with Adam Pearce about Dominic, but Dominic is not medically cleared, so he can't put Dominic in the match. So we got Penta defending his title against no other than Dragon Lee. A hell of a match, a hell of a lucha match. These guys did all they could. These guys destroying each other. I thought Dragon Lee might win it. He did some moves that I can't believe Penta kicked out of. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match, and still your Intercontinental Champion, Penta. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have Natty versus Maxine Dupree. The winner of that match was Natty with the sharpshooter. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have Stephanie Baker will be versing Raquel Rodriguez. Stephanie really wants to handle business. But, of course, Liv Morgan got involved. Io Sky got involved. And saved each other. But Stephanie Baker won the match. We have Roman Reigns comes out and he talks about CM Punk and what he said to his family. And then he called him out. They just did shots fired on each other every single time. But the only thing got into CM Punk's head when Roman Reigns called him old. CM Punk lost it and punched Roman Reigns in the face. And then there's personnel trying to stop CM Punk. Don't do it anymore. You're going to ruin the WrestleMania main event by punching him in the face. And then that's it. And Roman says nothing is phasing him and all that stuff. He says CM Punk is nobody while he was on no mic. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We're getting closer to WrestleMania. That means we're getting closer to the next DLC for 2K26. I am really excited for this one because Kelly will be in this one. I always download a Kelly in my games, but now she's finally going to be in the game, and I don't have to download her. Demolition will be in the game. I'm happy for it as well. I'm happy for all the DLCs that's happening this year. Jelly Roll, it's cool to have him in there because he is still doing stuff for the WWE, like with the the Miz TV. He's going to be on SmackDown this week, so at least he's doing something. It's not like that he's doing one appearance and then he comes on the game. Because that's what the basketball players did. Jalen and Tyrese, they showed up once in a WWE ring, and they got in the game. That's what happened with Machine Gun Kelly. He showed up one time, and then for some reason he's in the game. So I don't understand that part, but at least Jelly Roll is still doing stuff for the WWE, and he's in the game. So that's good for him. But ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait for Danhausen or Royce Keys to come in the game because I have this. Remember I talk about this faction on my 2K25, Carmelo Hayes, Obafemi, and Royce Keys. I want to download Royce Keys and make this happen, but I have to wait. I'm not downloading of anyone that's on this DLC. I'm not downloading no Danhausen. I'm waiting until Danhausen shows up. I'm waiting until Kelly shows up. No downloads. I'm downloading people that's not even in the game at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's all me today. Time is up. Bye.